Hello, my name is Oleksandra, and today I will present you analysis and solution for Amazon case. So let's start. A good place to start would be to analyze the core values and goals of the company, which will give us a first look at the entire environment. The most pronounced features are the craving for inventions and risks. Also, the dominant indicator is the aggressiveness of the company, which implies strong competition within the company and unwillingness to work together. It is worth mentioning the attention to detail, as Amazon is very attentive to its customers, from which the focus on the outcome follows. The main things for the manager is to achieve compliance with the plan, not wanting to change it. It is very important to note that none of this characteristic is negative, but a balance of values is required in order to better achieve a pleasant team. Environment within the company. Now it's necessary to analyze what is required from the workers themselves. The main indicators are the achievement of goals or a positive result, the assertion of the authority of people above you, as well as strict adherence to rules that are not even spelled out in the contract, such as overworking. High levels of discipline and the absence of any pleasure from work do not fare very good, and a friendly atmosphere in the company. There is also a strict hierarchy that does not contribute to the good moral state of the employees and takes a lot of time to deliver information from top to bottom. Also, the achievement of goals is trimmed by the cut of bonuses in case of failure, which is not the best motivation. Combinations of cultures. From all of the above, it follows that the culture of the company is a mixture of three, not the best components. The first is mechanical culture, which implies a strong hierarchy and a long chain from head to bottom, as well as a large amount of bureaucracy. The second is authoritarian. The employee must perform clear tasks that are given to him, complete obedience, as well as a hard punishment in case of mistakes. Also, employee does not involve in decision making, which sometimes can be very useful for the company. Third, market culture. The main goal of this culture is to achieve the planned strong competition inside and outside the company, as well as very strong attention to the buyer. For one company, the combination of such cultures is a bad sign, which is reflect in the productivity and income of the company in the future. Okay, contract signing. A prime example of bad internal culture is signing a job contract. A person who has just come to get a job must sign that if he leaves the company earlier than a year, then he will need to return the financial expenses for himself. A person who has not even begun to work is already receiving a warning about possible punishment. This is a big red flag for the future employee who begins to wonder why the company included these clauses in the contract. So what the consequences? Incredibly fast burnout for workers. At first, they may try to work very actively, and this may even motivate them to some extent, but it is impossible to work at such a pace without interruptions for a long time. Then the high cost of constant interviews and finding new people. Each time it will make it more and more difficult as bad rumors about the company spread very quickly. The constant voltage between employees will only reduce the effectiveness of the company and their work, as well as their job satisfaction. To sum up, it will lead to an increase in expenditures and a decrease in effectiveness. Sorry. So how can the situation be improved? The first and one of the most important actions is appearance of the main leader. This is one person who will always inspire the company, raise motivation, and set the main goal. Also, this leader will make decisions in difficult and crisis situations. He may not play an active role in the lives of the workers, but he will be a kind of talisman. The second step is to improve the skills of managers to the level of local leaders. Having a mascot in the company is great, but you also need people who will help the workers act directly. They must support their wards and show them that everyone makes mistakes, but the main thing is to correct them and learn a lesson. This will remove some of the tension and unfriendliness in the company, because there will be no more fear of being sabotaged by somebody else. Also, the leader manager must be able to adjust the plan in case of any changes in his team. In a word, flexibility. This does not mean that the company should switch to agile methods, but just that managers should take into account that fact that people have different situation in their life. Other possible small solution could be small groups of people for some tasks. This will help workers learn how to work in a group and improve efficiency. Also, it will help to know each other better. Important thing is to change teams from time to time. The second one is the termination of the normalization of work outside of working hours. This will also increase the confidence of employees in the managers of the company because they show that they are caring about employees. Coffee points, the main one. Everyone likes coffee, and it will also help reduce stress because after drinking coffee, the mood always improves. Also, people will communicate more during a small coffee break. The culture of the company greatly affects its effectiveness, so Amazon needs to follow its improvements. So thank you for your attention.